Mark, shut up. Shut up. I'm about to record. My Gavanin, what is up, YouTube? My name is Mortha, and today we are going to be watching some replays of my attempts at using the Roman Triplex Accies battle strategy. On the left is Rome, me, against Carthage. So on my side we've got the general and his bodyguards. We've got Hastati, Velites, Principes, and... Shut up! And some Triari, and for just to be historically accurate, we're fighting Carthage. So we're going to start in this formation with our Velites out front screening. We're actually going to lose a large number of Velites because Carthage actually went with a lot of cavalry. So in the front line we have our Hastati all spaced out. Then we have our Principes and our Triari in the very back in one continuous line. So this is my attempt. However, as you're going to see, we're going to be using the Triari a lot more than the Romans actually would have. But the Carthaginian cavalry is actually going to be really annoying. They've got a lot of it, especially archer cav. So they're going to be using their cav to get in, or kind of around my flanks, which is why you'll see me using these Triari on the flanks to kind of pin them down, and the Hastati, while the Principes kind of pin down the enemy front line and give us time to deal with the cavalry. So as you can see, I decided, nope, I just noped out with my Velites. And I brought them back. So they were supposed to do that, but then I decided, yeah, no. And I'm going to line them up right about here, but not before we lose like a unit or two. So I was actually able to bring one more unit because I'm using a lot of my cheaper troops, and they've got a lot of cav, and some of the more expensive cav, like the noble cav right here. So I was actually able to bring a full army and upgrade it somewhat. But the Roman infantry especially has an advantage over just about everyone else because they actually have pilum that they throw. Sorry it's laggy, I need to upgrade my computer. So we are watching from the general's view, I believe. So we've got the enemy front line. We've got a whole bunch of sacred band. Yeah, they went for a whole bunch of sacred bands. And some more of the expensive infantry. Over here it looks like we have, yeah, routing Celtic light horse. So I was able to route some of their cav early, and yeah, here they used their cav to try and get around my back. You can see I've got routing archers my Velites are routing everywhere, every which way, except for the ones kind of in the middle. But up front, they charged head first into a unit, and then my Principes and other Hastati just started chucking their pilum, and they just got wrecked. So as you can see, the Triari kind of right there. However, I'm going to be pulling these two units to help fight over there. And over here I should have already done that actually. Oh no. Well, I'm about to peel off yeah, here I am. I'm pulling these guys off to try and pin these guys so that they can't flank and kill me. And yeah, here I am doing I'm bringing them in to do that. The archers that my Velites that didn't route, I've got them providing some archer fire. Unit losing slightly, but they're about to start winning once, yeah, losing decisively. But now these guys are losing decisively, they're gonna die quick, then So these guys were routing. Now I'm bringing them back into the fight. I should have probably had them attack these archer cavalry, but I decided to get the ones in the melee first. So my main concern was all the cavalry on the flanks. They were a big deal. I really didn't want them smashing into my lines, so I pulled the Triari. Now you can see I'm starting to send I'm sending my Principes up to support my Hastati. That probably wouldn't have happened in a Roman battle. They probably would have actually pulled the Hastati back and sent the Principes in, which I don't know, I might not have been able to do that, but it didn't actually occur to me to try. So as you can see, I'm winning on the flanks. Yeah, I've got these because of the way the cavalry maneuvered, I didn't actually set these guys to try and flank. It just ended up like that. So I actually got their cavalry in a vice and crushed them on this flank. Now I'm going to send them over here to try and I'm either going yeah. So that worked over there. I think I noticed these guys are hanging out, so I'm sending them back into the fight. These guys have already fought. We've seen off these guys. So I'm just going to start mopping up on the flanks and moving my infantry towards the center to support. And now I'm sending my Triari to support the melee, just to keep it going. I don't know if I should have been popping my general's abilities this whole time. And I'm actually going, yeah, there I go. I just deployed my general. And I noticed I sent him to attack spears. Notice, yeah, trying to help these Hastati before they rout. That's what my Hastati are, at this point, most of them are yellow or red. So I'm sending in as many troops as I can to try and help. Triari taking fire. I should have, because of all the gaps, the enemies spread out, I should have tried to march my Principes out for flanking, because as you can see, they're kind of just in cubes behind my Hastati. So they're really just there for moral support, but it works. So yeah, these guys are going after them. They're either gonna run away or actually charge in. And then after that, I'm just going to start mopping them through. Over here, I haven't realized that these guys have won yet, but I'll be sending these guys. Yeah, there we go. These guys will be going in to help on the flanks. Then we're just going to bring forces on the flanks into the middle and crush them. I don't know if you can see. Okay, yeah, you can. That's Yeah, I forgot that my general had abilities for a while until I started noticing that my Hastati were routing. Okay, so I just sent these guys up around the back. But either way, now these guys are reinforced. We're going to start crushing it on the flanks. We actually destroyed these guys, so I should have sent these guys around to attack from the rear. But this is basically how a Roman fight would have worked under normal circumstances. There wouldn't have been any flanking maneuvers except by Cav, because they just kind of got in a line and marched forward, stabbing everything in their path. Unless it was a phalanx, in which case they went around, thus mitigating it entirely. But as you can see, we're winning. Yeah, we just routed those guys. These guys, I've got 2 Triara units, Hastati and Principes. So these guys are going to rout soon. Going to swing these guys over to smash into them. Yeah, we've got this whole mass of troops who are now just going to work their way into the center. Their center lines, yeah, they're going to start collapsing. We've got these guys routing. That's going to trigger more routes. And as we went on the flanks and bring these guys in, we're just going to win. But it's going to take us 7 more minutes, so. Oh, no, not fast forwarding. Yeah, now these guys attacked in the rear. They're losing decisively. They're going to flee. We got fleeing dudes across. We got 3 fleeing dudes. These guys just broke. Yeah, there we go. So we got 3 fleeing melee units right there. These guys aren't running away because they're probably in skirmish mode. They should be breaking shortly. And this whole time, my dudes are like fresh or just active because they came to me. And as you can see, the balance of power is quickly shifting in my favor. Yeah, see, we got a whole bunch of dudes routing. Although those are my Hastati. But they routed. Yeah, just as the noble cavalry, it looks like those are noble oh no, the Carthaginian hoplites. They, my dudes and them, they kind of broke at the same time. But once the center line starts folding, then these guys are gonna, their friends are routing. That's basically gonna trigger a mass rout. We got this sacred band. So a group of purple and white and a sea of red. They're using decisively. They broke. So these guys are taking fire. And yeah, we're starting to see routes. Now these guys are going to start routing. There's always that one point in the game where you've got this glob of men. You've got your front lines, and then all of a sudden it's game over. You win or you lose because the entire army routs. So we got all these troops right here. There we go. Was that banners? No, rally. Yeah, see, now everyone's routing. And we're gonna win. So there's actually more time than there... Yeah, at this point it's victory. I just turned everyone into one thing, and now that's actually really awesome to see, just the massive wave of red that crashes into these white guys. The massive wave of Romans as they just utterly annihilate the fleeing Carthaginians. But we won. We're going to quit the replay right there. And there's another one. This other one actually didn't go quite as great for me, I don't think. But we are going to watch it anyway. So, I put the funds to Ultra this time, and so all my troops are upgraded, but they've got probably more cavalry this time. But I think these are all Sacred Band. So they've got some pretty good spears. Not a lot of archers, surprisingly. Most of their archers, I think, are cav. Because they only have 4 things of javelin men. But as you can see, we got Hastati. There we go. So, spacing's a little bit closer together this time. I decided to put my velites in the back. Although I probably could have put them right here, but I wanted them out of the way of my melee guys. So we can actually see the enemy a lot sooner. We got all these guys over here. We got this line of cav. And as you can see, they're already making for my flanks. At this point, only this guy is actually seen by the enemy army. But then these guys come up and most of my army is seen. So they definitely know where my position is, and they're just gonna come. Yeah, see, they're making their way around my flanks, which is what you should try and do with cav, but they're going to be idiots and attack my Hastati and my Principes while avoiding my Triari, and then they're just gonna kind of get caught in a battle thinking they can win. Then I'm gonna bring up my Triari just like in the last battle. However, in this battle, I activated the Testudo formation, which I honestly think that might not have been the greatest idea. And I ended up bringing up the end up bringing the Principes and the Velites. Yeah, here I'm the Principes and the Triari up sooner. Here I am repositioning them a little bit closer. I probably could have gotten away with putting them like right here, but oh well. So we got these noble cav over here. Very cool looking horses. Over here it looks like we got some mercenary light cav getting ready to charge in. Apparently they have the superior local force. I rest well in the knowledge that my flanks are secure, and yeah, here you can see I've adopted the testudo formation, which is basically just putting, it's basically the FU Roman formation, where they're basically invincible as long as they're right next to each other, and unless you flank this, you're really not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. They got their shields up to do to prevent archer fire, shields in front so they can't, so they're good from there, and overlapping shields. I love this formation so much. I mean, look at that. How do you not love that? But I switched my velites to fire arrows, which actually demoralized my own troops, which wasn't too great of an idea. I see this quickly, and I actually switch ammo back. But how do you set these spears on fire? They're basically chucking spears. So over here, looks like we're actually getting our Triari charged by Noble Cav. And the charge works, they get like 3 of my dudes. But yeah, as you can see, bringing up the Triari on this flank. These Welite, wow, they took 1 casualty and they're wavering. That's lame. But these guys attacked in the rear by Triari. They're kind of pinned. They got Principes right here. They're not going anywhere. They're quickly going to get destroyed, and they're the Celtic Light Horse. Not very good. So I probably should have kept these guys in formation. Well, out of the testudo formation because they're not chucking their javelins, although they might not be able to. But that's really what won it for me in that other... what did it so easily for me in that other game. And my general actually comes under attack. Where is he? Yeah, I actually pull my general over here to help, and I wasn't paying attention, he gets decimated and brought down to like 4 dudes. So, a lot more cavalry this game. A lot of them were and they were all concentrated on the flanks, so my flanks are actually fairly... It takes a lot longer for me to win on the flanks in this game. And my flanks actually suffer quite heavy damage. And they start wavering, so I have to bring up my Principes quickly. And I'm desperately trying to win this. Like, gotta win, because I'm seeing troops. Yeah, like my Hastati, a lot of them have suffered losses, and maybe not at this point in the game, but definitely soon. My Hastati are starting to be in a bad way, and I'm just thinking, crap, I gotta win this fast. Because here you can see I've got 2 dudes, but they're fighting 2 sacred bands, Carthaginian cavalry, and they're being backed up by Libyan javelin men. So I'm like, crap, I gotta win this flank fight quick so I can reinforce my center. And then over here I still have like 1 Triari in support. He's like, you got this, guys! So, most of the enemy cavalry was actually focused on my right flank. So these Triari, after seeing off these guys, I'm going to have them kind of sweep around and attack these guys from the rear, which is actually going to win it for me. But over here, we're starting to see off the cavalry. We're finally starting to win. Yeah, my general, I see him. He's down to 8 men. I'm desperately trying to pull him out. Yeah, that's him right there. So I use rally. Might pop raise banner. Maybe not. Yeah, as you can see, I'm pulling him out. Like, desperately trying to get him out. These guys, they're gonna go around, try and get in that flank. If I can move him up fast enough, I might be able to catch the cav. Over here, we got mercenary Iberian cavalry. I think they're actually gonna charge in, because at some point I fight right here, then I kind of sweep over and into here. But let's go back over to that right flank, because this right flank is really what makes or breaks this battle for me. So I'm finally killing off these darn cav. Man, I say let's watch this right flank, and I keep moving over to the left. Let's check the center real quick. So as you can see, my center is just kind of being pummeled. My flanks are always really where it's at. So, finally sandwiching and killing these noble cavalry. So another thing you might notice, I'm saying cavalry instead of cavalry. That's actually something that annoys me a lot. Cavalry is usually something that refers to like Calvary Mountain, or I don't know what the exact religious meaning of it, but it's usually associated with religious stuff. Like I go to a Calvary Chapel church, and it's not spelled Calvary; it's spelled cavalry. But anyway, we're finally seeing off these cavalry on the right, bringing out these Triari. We got Triari fighting and over here. I think I have these guys like trying to shoot into here. But our center is starting to look weak. Almost all the Hastati at this point are in the yellow, which isn't good. Our Triari, yeah, as you can see, I've pulled up their Triari to reinforce. They're actually getting the crap kicked out of them. Look, I'm sending in these guys. Yeah, our general escaped with 4 dudes. So, as you can see, I totally forgot about these guys. But shortly I'm gonna march these guys around. There's only 3 minutes left in this battle, so. This right flank, those cavalry lasted way too long. But once I see off these cavalry, all the fighting over here, almost everybody in the center is half dead, so as soon as I see off this cav, and then wheel these guys around to support, that's when everyone really starts breaking, because almost everyone at this point's lost half the battalion. So we've finally seen off these guys. These guys are, I think at this point, these cavalry were out of ammo, so they're really just trying to, okay, maybe not, but they're really at this point just trying desperately to stay in the fight. I've got Velites routing over here. Shortly I should be pulling my general up to about right here so I can buff my troops. Yeah, as you can see, I've got these guys wheeling around to flank. That'll not for me. Then, like in the other battle, I'm just gonna bring my flanks, crushing everything in my path to the center. So yeah, all these guys right here. We got 3 Triari, 1 Principes. There we go, we got a Arena Javelins. That takes out a few. The balance of power is tipped slightly in our favor, but if they were like, there's not much they can do to really win at this point. I've won the left flank. I'm about to crush over here. These guys are really just getting ready to sweep in. I pop 2 buffs. My morale's up. Their general, actually, I'm not sure if he's still alive, but I know I kill him at some point. So I see his general. I've got like all 3 of these guys going after him. Okay, yeah, he's about to die. So he dies after a few volleys. These guys are just gonna charge in to back up these Hastati, who are holding in like a champ despite only being at 39. That's really the first reinforcements they got. So these guys win. Our center is actually starting to win. We won over here. These guys are going to sweep around. These guys are taking their sweet time, because they have to form up and then go. This cavalry over here is going to try and get in a sneaky flank, but let's watch this. So they're gonna charge in, but these guys are spears, so it's not like they're actually gonna do much. You should never charge spears with cavalry. That's just a terrible idea. Yeah, they kind of get the idea. And then at this point, I tell them to attack. The cavalry they just turned around. I see that. I'm actively watching this, so I have these guys attack, and then at the last second they turn around, so I don't have the attacked and rear debuff. The combat's even. These guys are just gonna. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm just gonna have these guys move into the back. So along the center, we've got people starting to rout. My Triari have moved in. They're gonna start moving along. And then over here, these guys actually pull out. So I'm like, screw it, not gonna chase them. I have them go back in here, figuring, yeah, there we go. So I bring them back into the fight. We've got people starting to rout across the field. Now it's really just over here, but there's a mass rout about to happen. Or there was. Yeah, I'm about to lose a couple units of Hastati. And a Triari, too. But I popped that buff. These guys are coming in, so it really doesn't matter if these guys rout at this point. Yeah, there we go. Now the entire army is beginning to rout. And we're going to have victory in like 18 seconds. There we go. They all go. There we go. Close victory. The enemy is broken. Death and dishonor are theirs today, but only by a single sword stroke. So I have no idea how good that's going to be recorded, and at this point I don't care. I really need to upload something, so thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Actually, before we leave off, I'll be releasing the first episode of a Lord of the Rings lore series sometime soon. So, yeah, that's to look forward to. I'm not actually doing that on the computer. I'm using my iPad for that. So, you won't have to worry about quality other than the drawings, because I'm not that great at art, but I don't completely suck. So, yeah. See you then. Peace.